reasoning behind it. To give you some context, I'm an entrepreneur, as you guys know. I mean, if you watch some of the previous videos and things. And the main driver is obviously because I'm one of the owners of a company called Energy. And for us, it's giving back is a massive part of what we want to do. Our whole initiative and the drivers behind it and the starting of the business is to empower this continent, Africa. And there's no better place to start than right here in South Africa. And part of that is to start by doing small initiatives like this initiative. And as you can see, I'm a fairly passionate cyclist, although I don't get enough time to do it. I'm very, very passionate about it. And the reasoning behind this is purely to raise enough funds to help educate the next generation of kids. So I just refer to the whole idea usually behind is that I would love to put a light bulb above every child's head on the continent of Africa. And the only way to do that is effectively by providing power. Power is one of the scarcest resources there is. So why am I doing this? Because I would like to put a light bulb above every child's head that is currently serving and living and working with the Kwano Academy in Plettenberg Bay and also the Velakaya down in Khayelitsha in Cape Town. Because the next generation of children is going to be so important to drive our country forward. Education is key in this whole process, and I think igniting kids through these initiatives, cycling, I think I feel obligation to actually give back to them and say, right, how do we further empower these kids to always be switched on, always to be working and learning, and it's by making sure that there is always power. And I think from that perspective, that's the main reason why I'm doing this. So, going back to what am I doing? Well, what I'm doing is I'm effectively going to hop on my bicycle, and I'm making it sound very easy to do. But the idea is to get on my bicycle and ride from Bloemfontein all the way down to Swellendam, and then from Swellendam join the Rainmakers roller coaster, a hot chili event. So join up with them and work with them in partnership to raise funds on that leg too. So, and then we're going to end up in Plettenberg Bay at the Kwano Cycling Academy. So I'm not 100% like up to date with all the workings behind the Rainmaker roller coaster workings and the foundations behind that, but I can tell you that the guys from Rainmaker, that is the headline sponsor for this event, is part of the Buffalo Foundation, if not the creators of Buffalo Foundation, and they are a big driver behind the Kwano Academy. And I think it's such a great initiative that I cannot not do something. So some silly idea, I went like, right, I stick my hand up and I will cycle from Bloemfontein to Swellendam, from Swellendam to Plet, to raise about R500,000, touch more than R500,000, in order to provide both the Kwano Academy and the Velakaya Cycling Academy in Cape Town with renewable energy solution for the two facilities. I would like to raise money so we can put in a solar system, batteries, solar panels and inverters, so they can operate independently from whatever happens outside. So we can guarantee the future of those children. And that's why I'm cycling. In total, it should be about 1,800 kilometers, give or take, in total. So from Bloemfontein to Swellendam is approximately 1,300 kilometers. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, obviously, I have not started any fundraising processes yet. I'm definitely going to be working very closely and hand in hand with a team from both Rainmaker and also with a team from Hot Chili to really drive this process forward. But I'm also going to rely on my network, and I'm also going to rely on some of the corporates that I work with. So this is not the official cry out for help yet, But I'll be knocking on a lot of big corporate doors and going, guys, support this initiative. So if we look at it, yes, on the sound of it, it is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money for what we will be doing and what we will be achieving long term. So when it comes down to asking the question, okay, Shaun, so you've answered, why are you doing this? And I've answered the question, what? So the next question is when. So the when is a bit wishy-washy, if I can say that, but it's definitely going to be around about the 25th of September 2019, from which I will start from Bloom and cycle. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, it should probably take about 10 days to get there. And I should cycle between 130, 150 kilometers a day. The overall climbing, we're looking at about close to 5,000 meters worth of climbing. And most of that climbing happens in the last 300 kilometers of that ride to Swellen Dam. And then obviously from Swellen Dam to Plek is a whole different beast, because that's where most of the climbing happening in this ride. And it is a very, very, very attractive ride. So the Rainmaker roller coaster is a gravel ride, which I would highly suggest, if you love cycling and if you love gravel, sign up, because it is one hell of an adventure. I'll put some links in the video below, but there's a couple of guys, Jan Bride did it last night, and there is massive following that actually did it last year, and it was an absolute blast. And that was part of the reason why I went, I want to do that. But I didn't only just want to do it for the sake of riding, and I thought, let me just create an initiative around this. And the initiative that I've created around this is basically, I'm going to use a little hashtag called What's for What's. And if you hit the What's for What's, you should pick up a fair amount of what I'm doing in some of the videos that I've tagged in this. But this is where I am at the moment, and this is what I want to achieve. So this is probably the first of a couple Q&As that I'm looking forward to. So I obviously started approaching some sponsors and guys to help me going through the process, because as you've noticed, I think in the beginning of the video, there were some stats of my weight and my percentage body weight and bone and water and the amount of meat that is on me and things like that. So this is also a part personal journey for me, because I weigh 100, let's just round it up for now, I weigh 119 kilos, and that's not the lightest person. According to some other company, medical aid company, I'm actually practically what they would refer to as grossly obese is the word that they use. And personally, I don't really feel grossly obese, but according to them it is. So that is also part of that. Driver is to actually see how much I can actually lose and fitness. And for that, I have actually been introduced to a guy called Ian Martin, who runs a company called One Coach. Now, this is not merely introducing. I will have a full session with Ian Martin about all of his activities and how he goes about. But he is a very holistic coach, and his company is called One Coach. And you would have noticed that if you're out riding in the streets and in the gravel, there's lots of guys that's being coached by him. So go check out his website, www.onecoach.co.za, and he is a phenomenal coach, a very holistic approach to what he does. And if you are an executive that is interested in taking your game to the next level and just living a much healthier lifestyle, but incorporating just not only training and nutrition, there is other very, very interesting aspects to what Ian does with One Coach. I would highly recommend that you check it out.